The Premier Radio Networks proudly presents American Top 10 with Casey Kasem.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, number 1.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to American Top 10. I'm Casey Kasem, and I'm all set to count down the 10 most popular songs on the AC chart. Before we begin, let's recap last week's top 3. At number 3, Love Song by Sarah Bareilles. At number 2, Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. And returning to number 1 for a second week, The Time of My Life by David Cook. Who grabbed the number 1 spot this week? Only one way to find out. Let the countdown begin.
Number 10.
Here's an American Idol who'll be making a guest appearance on Timbaland's next CD, Shock Value 2. She's Jordan Sparks, holding firm with Tattoo.
Always have you.
At number 10 for the third week in a row, that's Jordan Sparks with Tattoo. I'm Casey Kasem. We have them, all the chart stars, all the chart action. And we're up to a band now whose lead singer comes from the Philippines. And that makes him the first Filipino we know of to hit the American chart since 1963. That's when the family act The Rocky Fellas hit with Killer Joe.
Sorry.
25 years later, here's Filipino
I'm
Arnel
sorry, guys.
Pineda singing lead with Journey on After All These Years.
I'm just doing a blast from the past video. American Top 10, Casey Kasem.
Landing at number 9 for the 6th big week, that's Journey with After All These Years. I'm Casey Kasem.
Number 8.
Here's a singer who got pranked by Rascal Flatts. Taylor Swift
I
says
couldn't
one
plug
night
my
while performing as their opening act, the
throat
audience started
in.
to laugh. She couldn't figure out why, until she turned around and saw Rascal Flatts and their stage crew sitting on stage and folding chairs, sipping coffee, and reading the newspaper. Taylor says it was pretty funny, but not so funny that she stopped singing. Here she is at number 8, singing her hit, Teardrops, on my guitar.
True looks, he won't see.
That's the song that's been on our survey the longest, 30 weeks for Teardrops on My Guitar by Taylor Swift. Once again, she checks in at number 8. I'm Casey Kasem. The stage production of 9 to 5 recently opened in Los Angeles, and it might have closed in Los Angeles as well had Dolly Parton not saved the night. Details coming up.
Most weekends, going to the mall could help you change your wardrobe.
It was back in 1990 that Sinead O'Connor climbed to number 1 on both the alternative and adult contemporary charts. And in the years since, no artist has repeated that feat. But the act most likely to do it again is the band who holds at number 7 this week, Coldplay with Viva La Vida.
Can't hold my throat in.
With Chris Martin singing lead, that's Coldplay, posting a second week at number 7 with Viva La Vida. I'm Casey Kasem. The stage production of 9 to 5 recently opened in Los Angeles, and it might have closed in Los Angeles as well, had Dolly Parton not saved the night. The play began well enough, but then 20 minutes into the production, the curtain came down, and a voice announced that there were technical difficulties. As the minutes dragged on, the audience began to get restless, and so Dolly stood up from her seat and told the crowd, if they can't perform the show, I'll do some of it right here. First, she led the audience in a sing-along of the song 9 to 5. She took questions from the audience, and she did an a cappella version of I Will Always Love You. The play finally got going again, but it was Dolly who was the real star of the show that night. I'm Casey Kasem, now on with the countdown.
Number 6.
Holding steady, here's Daughtry with Feels Like Tonight. At number 6 again, that's Daughtry with Feels Like Tonight.
I don't think I remembered that
on the
song.
countdown this week. Earlier we heard Journey and Coldplay. I'm Casey Kasem. Before we hear the 5 biggest hits in the USA, let's check out the tops of the other charts. At number 1 on the digital download chart, So What by Pink. At number 1 on the rock chart, Rock and Roll Train by AC/DC.
I like
And
that
at number
song
1
by
on the
Pink.
country chart, Don't Think I Don't Think About It by Darius Rucker. Now, falling a notch to number 5 here on the AC chart, Pocketful of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield.
I remember that song.
That's Natasha Bedingfield with the title track to her CD, Pocketful of Sunshine. This week the song eases down from number 4 to number 5. Coming up on AT10, a long-distance dedication from a man in Texas to Amy, the Michigan waitress he left behind 21 years ago.
Come on down with Casey Kasem.
Why do I take non-drowsy Claritin?
Casey's coast to coast.
Radio plays them, media-based 24/7 ranks them, and we count them down.
Number 4.
Here's a musician who recently remade Tom Petty's top 10 hit, Free Fallin'. He's John Mayer, rising back up a notch to number 4 with Say.
Take a look at wasted.
I remember that song.
John Mayer climbs back up from number 5 to number 4 with Say. On American Top 10, I'm Casey Kasem. Well, now we're up to our long-distance dedication. It comes to us from an inmate in Texas named Dominic. And this is what Dominic writes. Dear Casey, as I sit here in a correctional institution in Texas, I often think of my past and some of my many mistakes. One involves a woman I fell in love with back in Michigan. Her name is Amy. I was a police officer, and she was working as a waitress in a bar in Lansing back in 1987. We had an intense and short relationship. But Casey, I was in love with her. We connected the minute we met. Unfortunately, due to my immaturity and failure to commit, I lost the love of my life. I'd give anything to be able to tell her how sorry I am and to ask her for another chance. I've been divorced since 1993, and I've never found a love like Amy. Please play I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For to let her know she's in my thoughts. Thanks. Signed, Dominic. Dominic, here's your long-distance dedication.
I remember that song by U2.
That's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For by U2, a long-distance dedication from Dominic in Texas to Amy in Michigan. If you'd like to send us a long-distance dedication, our email address is casey1110@aol.com. That's casey1110@aol.com. Or you can send your letter to Casey, P.O. Box 1110, Hollywood, California, 90028. If we read your dedication on the air as a thank you, we'd like to send you a copy of my CD, Casey Kasem Presents The Long Distance Dedications, 20 Top 10 Hits. I'm Casey Kasem, now on with the countdown.
Number 3.
Standing pat for a third week, here's Love Song by Sarah Bareilles.
I like that song.
I'm Not Gonna Write You a Love Song. That's Sarah Bareilles at number 3 again. Coming up, this week's number 1 song in the USA, a smash written by a house husband, a Mr. Mom.
American Top 10.
Get the good stuff!
Casey counts them down.
These are the hits you're buying and radio stations are playing from coast to coast. Here's a smash that's part of an elite category. Songs that have been legally downloaded more than 3 million times in the U.S. alone. Songs like Apologize by Timbaland with One Republic.
I like that
Low
song.
by Florida. And Crank That by Soulja Boy. This is Leona Lewis at number 2 again with Bleeding Love.
I like that song by Leona Lewis.
Touching down at number 2 again, that's Leona Lewis with Bleeding Love, one of 6 hits by AC newcomers on the survey this week. And that means we're up to this week's number 1 song in the USA. It's a smash written by a house husband, a Mr. Mom. The songwriter's name is Reggie Ham, and he has an interesting story. He was born in Nashville, and by the time he was 5 years old, he was touring the country with his Pentecostal preacher father, playing drums with his band. Later, Reggie got married. he and his wife adopted a child in China. Then they discovered their child had a rare genetic disorder. To help out, Reggie put his career as a songwriter aside. He cared for his daughter while his wife worked at Starbucks. One of the things Daddy and daughter would do was watch American Idol. And when Reggie heard about the American Idol songwriter competition, he decided to give it a try. He wrote a song about the joys of raising his daughter. And this week, that song about raising yourself up is at the top of the chart. The #1 song
I like
in the
that
USA
drum roll
on
they do on the American
for
Top
a
10.
third week is The Time of My Life, written by Reggie Ham and performed by
That drum
David
roll is
Cook.
my favorite part, by the way, in that countdown.
There it is, the #1 song in the USA on American Top 10 for a third non-consecutive week. The Time of My Life by David Cook. And there you have them, the 10 most popular songs in this week's National AC chart, based on USA Today Airplay charts, as compiled by Mediabase 24/7 every Tuesday in the Life section. American Top 10 is produced in Hollywood. If you have a question for us or a long-distance dedication,
I
you
like
can
the
write to
outro
us at
music as well.
American Top 10, P.O. Box 1110, Hollywood, California, 90028. Or you can email us at casey1110@aol.com. American Top 10 is a production of the Premier Radio Networks. AT10 was created
PRN,
by Casey Kasem
for
and Don
short.
Bastani. Produced by Lori Crimmy. Our staff includes Matt Wilson, Merrill Schindler, and Toby James Petty. Production and engineering by Michael Cooper and Ray Hernandez. My name's Casey Kasem. Join me next week when once again we'll count down the biggest hits in the USA. Till then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. And leave your radio tuned right where it is.